Greetings, YouTube. Job insecurity in America is killing us. That isn't hyperbole. The stress levels that Americans are currently experiencing because of the economy are having measurable impacts on their lives. People are stressed. They are anxious. And as someone that suffers from anxiety at the best of times, it just gets worse when you don't know, literally from day to day, if your job is going to be there. And once you get invested in a job, once you've put time into a job, once you've got that position, in many ways, it's a trap. Because now you're on the treadmill, having to make sure you don't lose that job. Because in America, without your job, you very likely don't have medical insurance. Without that job, of course, you can't do things like pay your mortgage or your rent. You can't buy food. You can't pay your bills. There are many things you can't do if you don't have a full-time job. If you're underemployed, the stress and anxiety doesn't go away. It just gets strung out over a longer period of time as you desperately try to make your bills and try to find a better position, even though you're working as much as you can. Now, my company, since the economy crashed, has had 4 layoffs. And through some miracle of the gods being blessing me, I have made it through every one of those layoffs. But I have gone through survivor guilt. I have gone through incredible stress levels. I know what it's like to feel it every minute of the day like you are a piano string ready to snap. Because you never know when something's going to go wrong that you have no control over, that could cost you your job, or where you could make a mistake, because you're human and humans make mistakes. It's what we do, particularly when you work in an increasing environment where the management of your company, and this is many companies, expect every single employee to be perfect, to be flawless, to never pass a reject, to never make a mistake, to never get caught by an inspector or piss off a customer. And the reality, of course, is that that's a dream. It's a fantasy. Humans make mistakes. I've been an inspector. I know. I have all the records of every single day of inspection I ever did here in my home. And I can show you that every single day people made mistakes. And that's just the way it is. And expecting them to be perfect and putting the stress upon them that they must be perfect is killing us. Now, I'm going to throw some stats at you here. 62% say work has a significant impact on their stress levels. Almost 50% indicate their stress levels have increased between 2007 and 2008. 45% of workers say job insecurity has a significant impact on stress levels. So, and as anyone who's done any kind of research and knows anything about emotional, physical, and psychological well-being, being under a constant level of stress will drive you insane. It will make your health worse. It will make you get ill physically. It will kill you. And we are in the new norm, apparently. This may be just the way it is from now on, because our economy is in such a horrible condition. Now, I can almost hear the conservatives rallying the cry, the economy's bad, and charging forward to comment in the section below. And because I'm a dirty, filthy socialist, I'm telling you that I feel that it's the conservatives that have put us in the position that we're in. Their constant refrains of tax cuts, tax cuts, their desire to shove as much of the public tax dollars as possible into the pockets of the wealthy, the deregulation of the financial markets, the deregulation of environmental safeties, the undermining of collective bargaining rights, the elimination of worker rights and protections. All of these things have undermined the American worker, have made their position more tenuous, have made their lives more stressful, more anxious, and are making their lives shorter. Which maybe that's the goal. Work the employees to death until they get to retirement age. Kick their buns out into the street and then have them die shortly thereafter so that they don't suck anything out of the social network system that they help to pay for. But maybe I'm just being bitter and cynical. Or maybe I'm just incredibly stressed. knowing that any day now my job could disappear. Through no fault of my own, just because the economy tanks a little bit more. We need to do something about this, folks. We need a social safety net in America that says you will not fall below this level. And unfortunately, this level is where it should be. Way down here is where it is. We need to take care of each other. We need to make sure that no American goes without food, or shelter, or health care, or a decent education. These are the things that we, as fellow citizens, as neighbors, as companions in the lifeboat that we are in, must do for each other. And the current economy isn't helping. So if anyone has any constructive ideas, ones that don't involve tax cuts for the wealthy, BS job creators that are not job creators in any way, shape, or form, I would love to hear them. I don't think I'm going to get many of them, but it would be refreshing.